What really stood out to me is your point not even living in the city of Minneapolis. I had no idea. You're right, they have no stake in the community. At the end of the day, whatever goes down there doesn't impact them. As they're going back to the burbs to sleep, don't you think if MPD had officers in Minneapolis who actually lived in Minneapolis, it would solve an awesome rest in power George Floyd shirt? Officers should be people who are involved in the community so that they're motivated to make it better. I actually think this pandemic is a solid opportunity to start some labor movements and protests. Most people are out of work, and this pandemic is causing a lot of financial and mental stress. Awesome rest in power George Floyd shirt. Tank top, V-neck. Ladies tee for men and women. Tank top, V-neck. Meanwhile, the government is more focused on consolidating as much wealth as they can to the establishment, instead of helping people get their basic needs met during an incredibly deadly pandemic. All of these factors have just created a perfect awesome rest in power George Floyd shirt. General strikes and workers' movements have shown countless times throughout history that they do work to change the system and politics. All we need is to get more organized, show solidarity for one another, and remind people that the system needs workers more than. I have no idea how to do that though. I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm just rambling. Official awesome rest in power George Floyd sweatshirt, hoodie, sweatshirt, hoodie. I really hope that we do get actual cohesive, organized, and effective protests and workers' movements, so we can see some changes to this corrupt and inhumane system. Thank you so much for your awesome rest in power George Floyd shirt. I have been watching the news non-stop, and I can see the ways they are not covering what is actually happening. It's not racism, and it's not rioting. It is a people and a country that has been pitted against itself by massive wealth inequality and an incalculated destruction of natural resources and human life. People who habitually lie and torture other human beings for their own pleasure, and again for their entire lives, has proven that they will not change their ways until they are forced to on their knees. Other products.